I used to believe that Sharon's laugh was the best sound I'd ever heard. It was soft, effortless, the kind of laugh that made you feel like everything in the world was okay. Like she wasn't weighed down by a single thing. I chased that laugh like a man stumbles toward a mirage in the desert. Parched, hopeful, convinced I'd found something real. And for a while I really thought I had. We met at a mutual friend's birthday party. The kind of night where the music's too loud, the drinks are too strong, and everything feels slightly off-kilter in the best way. She wore a simple green dress, her hair tucked behind one ear, and she listened to me like there wasn't another sound in the room. She told me she wanted something grounded. Quiet. Home. Kids. Dinner on the table by 6. I told her I wanted the same. And maybe I really did. Within a year we were married. Maybe it was too fast, but when something feels right, you don't always question it. You just believe. 6 months in, Sharon left her job in marketing. She said she wanted to focus on starting a family. I was managing construction projects, bringing in enough to keep us comfortable, so I supported it. Why wouldn't I? She transformed our home into something out of a lifestyle magazine. Soft lighting, clean counters, perfect throw pillows. Every evening I came home to dinner ready, music playing low, and her smile waiting for me like clockwork. Felt perfect. Too perfect, maybe. We started trying for a baby, or at least I thought we were. Month after month, she'd give me this little sorrowful smile and say, "Maybe next time." I didn't push. I figured stress wouldn't help. I trusted her. I trusted the life we were building. Looking back now, I see the cracks. They were always there. I just wasn't looking for them. And then one Thursday everything changed. I was supposed to be out late. A site inspection a couple towns over. The meeting got cancelled last minute. I didn't tell Sharon. I thought I'd surprise her. Just something sweet, walk in with takeout, maybe sit on the couch together like we used to. Her car was in the driveway. But the house was dark. I opened the front door quietly. An old habit. The air inside was heavy still. And then I heard it. Low male voice. A beat later, Sharon's laugh. That same soft, effortless laugh I thought was mine. "I should go," the man said. "Come on, Nathan," she whispered. "Stay a little longer. Arthur won't be home for hours." I froze by the stairs. I didn't go up. Didn't storm in. I just stepped back outside, closed the door quietly behind me, and sat in my truck across the street. And I stared. An hour later he left. Old guy. Leather jacket. Kissed her on the porch like he belonged there. She watched him go, barefoot, arms wrapped around herself, smiling like she'd just lived through her favorite movie. I gripped the steering wheel so tight, I thought the leather might tear. Could have jumped out. Started a fight. Dragged him off my porch. But I didn't. I needed to think. I needed to stay level. A few blocks away I had to pull over. My chest was tight. Breath shallow. That's when it really hit me. The woman I kissed goodbye every morning. The one who cried over negative pregnancy tests. The one who swore she wanted a family. She'd been lying to my face. Every single. The next morning, Sharon kissed me goodbye like nothing had happened. I kissed her back. Smiled even. I wasn't going to confront her. Not yet. I had something else in mind. On the way to work, I stopped by a hardware store and picked up a basic set of security cameras. Nothing fancy. Just enough to monitor the living room, hallway, bedroom. That night, once she was asleep, I installed them. Tucked behind picture frames, inside the vent, beneath the bookshelf. Discreet. Invisible. Over the next few days, I watched the feeds from my phone. Sitting in my truck between job sites. In the back of meetings. What I saw broke something in me. Nathan came over every afternoon. Walked in like he owned the place. Sharon would meet him in the hallway, kiss him deep, and pull him into the bedroom, our bedroom. They didn't waste time. It wasn't just betrayal. It was routine. I stopped sleeping. Barely ate. But I stayed calm. Focused. One evening, I told Sharon I had to go on a 3-day work trip. 'Twas a lie. I just needed her to believe I'd be gone long enough for her to invite him over again. She didn't blink. Okay. Be safe. No questions. No concern. That was when I set the rest of my plan in motion. After dinner I called her parents. Told them I wanted to fly them in as a surprise. Said it had been too long. They were thrilled. Later that night while Sharon was in the shower I grabbed her phone. Same passcode. She hadn't even changed it. There it was. He's leaving tomorrow for 3 days. Come over. I'll make dinner. We'll have the whole house to ourselves. Nathan replied. Can't wait. Miss you. Perfect. I booked 2 first-class tickets for Thomas and Linda. They were landing the next afternoon. The morning I left, I packed a small bag. Sharon hummed in the kitchen, light on her feet like a teenager sneaking around. I kissed her cheek. See you in a few days. Text me when you land, she said, barely looking up. Instead of heading to the airport, I checked into a small hotel 5 minutes away. Just me, the camera feed, and time. By noon Nathan was there. Sharon answered the door in one of my old t-shirts and nothing else. No shame. No hesitation. I watched long enough to feel the familiar burn in my chest. Then I got in the truck. At 3 p.m. I picked up her parents from the airport. She's going to be so surprised, Linda said, hugging me. Oh, she has no idea, I replied. The drive back was quiet. I kept glancing at my phone. Nathan's car was still there. When we pulled up, I turned off the engine. There's something you need to see, I told them. Something you need to hear for yourselves. They looked confused but nodded. The front door opened silently. The house was filled with a thick, bitter mix of perfume and sweat. Upstairs, moans echoed softly. Thomas stiffened. Linda clutched his arm. I didn't give them time to retreat. I marched up the stairs and pushed the bedroom door open hard. There they were, Sharon and Nathan, tangled together in the sheets. Naked. She froze, mouth open. He sat up, confused, hand still on her thigh. Silence. Heavy. Suffocating. Then Thomas snapped. What the hell is this? Linda gasped. Sharon. Sharon scrambled for the blanket. Arthur, I can explain. No, I said. You can't. Nathan fumbled for his jeans. I grabbed him by the arm, yanked him up, slammed him into the doorframe. Get out of my house. Arthur, man. Out. He stumbled down the stairs, half-dressed. Followed. Watched his car screech off. When I got back upstairs, Sharon was crying, robe pulled tight, voice trembling. Arthur, please, it was a mistake. I never meant for you to find out like this. Thomas's voice boomed. You mean you didn't want us to find out? Linda's eyes were full of tears. We raised you better than this. It's not what it looks like. Sharon sobbed. I laughed. Bitter. Dark. You're really going to say that? Standing half naked with him. She collapsed onto the bed, sobbing. I didn't care. I walked to the closet, grabbed her clothes, started packing. What are you doing? Packing, I said. You're leaving. Today. Her parents said nothing. Just watched. Shame. When I finished, I zipped the suitcase, tossed it onto the front porch. She looked up, mascara streaked, broken. Please, can we just talk? Just us. Thomas stepped forward. You've disgraced yourself. And us. Linda's voice shook. We believed in your marriage. Sharon cried harder. It just got out of hand. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I stared at her like I didn't recognize her anymore. You did hurt people. Every single day. She sank to the floor. I didn't even look at her. I just pointed. Get out. She stood, robe slipping. I have nowhere to go. Not my problem. Thomas and Linda walked her out. No hugs. No goodbyes. Closed the door. Locked it. And for the first time in a long while, could breathe. The next morning I filed for divorce. No drama. No second thoughts. A few months later it was finalized. No contest. Sharon didn't fight. Didn't ask for the house. Didn't touch my savings. Maybe she knew better. Last I heard, she was sleeping on a friend's couch in another town. No job. No Nathan. Her parents had cut her off. I didn't care. I repainted the bedroom. bought new sheets, scrubbed every trace of her from my life. Not out of spite, but to reclaim my space. I never checked her socials. Never asked around. One night I sat on the back porch, cold beer in hand, and I thought about it all. Her laugh, how real it seemed. And how easily she gave it away to someone else. Funny how people show you who they really are once you stop looking through the lens of love. I took a long sip of beer, leaned back in the chair and closed my eyes. I wasn't angry. I wasn't heartbroken. I was free. And freedom, I realized, tastes better than revenge ever could.